Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Inano Sofia binti Rahmai.
Hi, my name is Nur Arsha Dania binti Muhammad Nazu Aizah.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umay Mirza bin Zamzuri.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nik Nazar Siddiqui bin Muhammad Nasir.
We are at Subang Air Base to conduct a field study of measurement and instrumentation course about sensor on aircraft.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum. Saya Lieutenant Amirul Amir bin Sabri TUDM 376204. Sekarang bertugas di nombor 8 Skuadron sebagai pegawai kejuruteraan dan pos sekarang memegang jawatan sebagai ketua flight pengendalian. So basically flight pengendalian ni first line yang everyday punya operational aircraft lah. So dekat first line ni kita boleh kata every time akan ada berlaku troubleshooting lah sebab melibatkan aircraft yang fly hari-hari.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Major Muhammad Syafiq bin Muhammad Amin. I am an Airbus A400M pilot, operational pilot.
For the first question, so can you describe the primary type of the sensors used in your industry and their application?
The sensor that we are talking about is that the anti-ice sensor. So this anti-ice sensor is actually pretty common in all aircraft that we fly. So it detects ice when we fly. As we fly higher, the temperature at the higher level is low, roughly about minus 30 degrees Celsius. And if we fly entering the weather, which is cloud, in normal condition, as we say in Malaysia, so it will detect the ice particles inside the cloud. So what the sensor does is that it detects the ice and it gives us some sort like caution for us to turn on the anti-ice system. So the main system inside the aircraft that has the anti-ice system is that the propeller. As you can see in the engine, we have 4 engines in the A400M, and every propeller has the anti-ice system, which is used the electrical power. And every engine has the engine air intake. So around the air intake, we can see at the aircraft of this, they also have the anti-ice system, and as well as at the wing, the whole wing section, especially in front of the wing.
Okay, so I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First, about sensor selection. What factors that have been considered when choosing a sensor for the particular application? And are there any specific brands or types you prefer?
Untuk soalan ni, kalau dalam konteks kami TUDM dan specifically untuk aircraft yang kami jaga, A400M, kami tak memilih sensor tu sendiri. Basically kami maintain apa yang kami dapat daripada OEM tu sendiri lah. Even kata blueprint ataupun skirt diagram yang spesifik untuk sensor tu pun kami ada dan ada yang kami tak ada. Dan bila cik tanya daripada brand apa semua tu, buat kami tak boleh cerita.
Okay.
Tapi most of our aircraft component, apa sahaja yang melibatkan aircraft ni, semua alat ganti dia kami dapat daripada OEM, which is Airbus sendiri.
Boleh saya tahu OEM tu apa? Ada singkatan
OEM stand for Original Equipment Manufacturer.
So next question, what challenges have you faced in implementing this anti-ice sensor in your operations, and how do you face these challenges?
Right. So if kita pergi spesifik kepada sistem anti-ice, first kali dia required dan compulsory untuk ada in order untuk aircraft kita fly above certain flight level lah. So which is bila benda ni US ataupun tak ada, dia akan downgradekan aircraft ni dan limited dia punya flying punya level. Maksud saya kalau adanya sensor ni, aircraft allowed to fly more than 50,000 feet. So bila tak ada sensor ni, aircraft hanya boleh fly 10,000 kaki. So basically soalan tadi difficulty untuk maintain ni. Kalau dari konteks engineering dekat F400 ni, untuk maintain tu tak ada masalah. Sebab troubleshooting dan kami punya maintenance dah lagi senang compare kepada aircraft lain lah. Sebab banyak yang kami buat computerized. Dan even yang saya boleh cerita, dia punya sistem pun kami boleh sedut dia punya fault code dan troubleshoot based on fault code sendiri ya. So berbalik kepada soalan tadi, mungkin challenge dia lebih kepada nak sustain integrity sistem tu sendiri ya. Sebab aircraft kita everyday akan terlibat dengan operational punya flying. So untuk maintainkan serviceability aircraft tu agak mencabar. Tapi untuk sistem tu generally tak ada masalah apa. Yeah. Alright.
What future trends in sensor technology that could impact both industry and community problem solving effort?
Dalam konteks TUDM ataupun tentera sendiri lah, yang saya boleh cakap back pada mungkin 10 ataupun 15 tahun dulu, every system tu dia ada standalone punya sensor. So sekarang kita dah ada sensor yang boleh utilize untuk 2-3 sistem. Contohnya dekat kapal kami sendiri lah. So that's why kapal ni dibina dengan satu communication system yang pakai interconnect punya connection, yang every komputer dan sensor tu sendiri boleh communicate dan bertukar input. So kalau nak bercakap dari segi impact kepada komuniti Air Force tu sendiri, satunya dengan improvise sensor yang ada sekarang ni, dia lagi menyenangkan kerja troubleshooting satu, dan mungkin dari segi konteks aircrew ataupun pilot yang operate aircraft ni, burden kepada dia orang untuk monitor tu tak seteruk dengan teknologi lama lah. Sebab sensor ni dah computerizedkan untuk run certain system, dan mereka ni lebih kepada orang yang monitor sistem tu berjalan dengan betul ataupun ada something yang tak sepatutnya.
Okay, so Amir, can you tell us the procedure to keep maintain and calibrate the NTI sensor?
Untuk soalan ni saya rasa saya tak boleh cerita lah. Sebab certain benda yang kami buat ni consider sebagai classified lah.
Okay.
Tapi kalau dari segi maintenance, every aircraft tu dia akan ada manual dia sendiri lah. Dan every aircraft dia punya sistem pun akan berbeza. Maksud saya cara untuk maintain sistem tu lah. So berbalik pada aircraft kami monitor dia bukan sekadar daripada apa yang kami buat dekat aircraft. Tapi every time aircraft balik tu akan ada certain data yang kami akan sedut daripada aircraft, which is yang saya boleh cakap antaranya yang melibatkan hours certain barang dekat aircraft tu lah. So data-data ni akan di-analyze oleh satu department dalam engineering dekat squadron ni yang kami panggil RMP, which is stand for Rancang and Piawai. So mereka ni akan pakai data tu yang kami collect daripada aircraft bila aircraft balik. Satu, untuk kita fokus serviceability aircraft, dan dua, kita boleh monitor juga dia punya life component lah. Sebab certain sensor ataupun certain barang yang ada dekat aircraft ni, komponen dia ada life limit. Either dikira secara day ataupun hours ataupun flying hours ataupun engine hours. So kalau saya nak cakap ada berapa komponen, agak ni lah. Tapi yang tuan-tuan, puan-puan boleh faham, every single item yang ada dekat aircraft ni dimonitor based on data yang aircraft balik tu yang kami sedut dan kami generate dia.
For the next question, how have sensors improved the efficiency and productivity for you as a pilot from your point of view of aircraft crew?
I would say that when we fly in Malaysia region, we know that our country is we have monsoon in our country, right? So we have a rainy season. So when we fly during the rainy season, especially crossing South China Sea from Peninsular Malaysia to Borneo, let's say. So if we enter the weather, is that we will encounter the icing condition. So if we don't have the sensor, it's not working. So it's going to be a very dangerous situation for the aircraft. For example, at the propeller itself, if the propeller has ice accretion, and then the propeller will lose the efficiency to produce the thrust. So, and for example, I have more example which is in the engine itself, because we know that engine is a breathing system. Every engine is a breathing system. So if it blocks the engine air intake, the engine will shut down completely. And if the ice build up on the wing surface, it will disturb the aerodynamic airflow on the wing itself. So it means that the aircraft cannot produce lift. So it means that if we lost this sensor and we are inside the icing condition, we can say that it is very, very dangerous situation for the aircraft. So that sensor is crucial for us to be functional all the time, to ensure that ice is not accumulate at that particular area.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about this Air Force Air Base, specifically Subang Air Base?
Right, this Subang Air Base, this year is 40th anniversary of this Subang Air Base. It was in 1985, was established, and here is the number 8 squadron. Number 8 squadron is the place for the A400M aircraft. So we have total of 4 aircraft in RMAF fleet.
Okay, that's all from us right now. I hope you guys enjoy the video. See you next time. Bye.